Hello, guys. Welcome back to this very short Thursday evening update here, around 6 p.m. here Eastern time, and we do have some stuff to talk about. I'll just put it back here to the 12Z. But listen, I'm not sold yet. We're gonna have a severe thunderstorm throughout Saturday, but I can tell you, if these storms erupt, they can be quite volatile. Now, we're probably just going to be solely focused on Saturday and maybe on Tuesday and Wednesday here. But listen, we have the mesoscale model, and we can take a look at it. So Friday, you see those storms in Pennsylvania and Ohio, right? And there's no outlook for it yet, but I do believe we could have some severe weather in there. It definitely looks like we can have some quite intense clusters of storms that form. But now, we have a classic warm front that's lifting up to the northeast. And by 1 a.m., you have rain and maybe some thunderstorms entering through New Jersey, through the northeast Pennsylvania. That's round one. Now, what I want you to pay very close attention to, that is the end of the warm front around 12 p.m. Then you get clearing. You see those storm cells in Pennsylvania, central Pennsylvania, eastern Pennsylvania, and near the Scranton area, right? Around 1 p.m. This is telling me this is really, really similar to the 2023 April 1st tornado outbreak we had. Because you had the same exact thing. Okay, maybe the temperature drop isn't as significant as that one. Well, obviously. But I will say it is quite similar. You have a pretty big warm front with rain and storms. Then you get convection. And we're talking about 1,500 joules per kilogram in New Jersey, which is significant. And maybe we can get enough destabilization in the sun to come out. And look what the NAM hints around 3 p.m. I will say these storms are quite intense over western New Jersey. These definitely have the chance to become severe. And if you want to take a sounding here, you can just take a look here. The sounding on the NAM. It is looking pretty damn interesting. Dew points up into the mid to upper 60s and the temperature near 73. Where those align, you can get quite a nasty storm. And listen, the Cape values on this particular run, 1,500 joules, like we said, like literally right over our area. And this is around 3 p.m. So, yeah, if these storms time themselves perfectly to that warm front, like around 4 or 5, we could have some intense thunderstorms for Saturday. And I would not be shocked to get a severe thunderstorm watch for Saturday, and maybe even a isolated spin up possible. Main threat is damaging winds and maybe some hail and a lot of lightning, obviously. But I mean, just look at this line of storms, like marching all across New York. New York City getting onto the action of the severe weather. Southern New Jersey, past the Philly region. Yeah, this is quite an intense line of storms. Now we need to watch. 5 p.m. continues off into Connecticut, Massachusetts. It starts weakening slightly, and by 6 p.m. this line is pretty much done. It weakens completely. But I will say this is quite possible. If we do get this will be an intense line of storms that could form. And I could theoretically see that possible because we have so much energy in the atmosphere. If any of these storms try to bust that Cape level, I'm telling you, we could have some nasty thunderstorms Saturday. Could it actually happen that we don't have it? Yes, it's true. But according to the NAM, it's been really consistent. Even if we go to the 18Z here, it's actually later. And it makes these storms even stronger because this is around 4 p.m., right? you got discrete thunderstorms in Pennsylvania, Maryland, Virginia. This is some intense diurnal heating we're seeing. Very intense. Wait, what is that? Wow, that's almost 2,000 joules per kilogram. 2,000 joules per kilogram. So that is some very intense instability. And with this type of instability, you can definitely fire a couple vigorous, severe thunderstorm cells. Now, I mean, just look at this, 5 p.m. Solid, broken line of severe thunderstorms entering through western New Jersey, the Delmarva, Delaware, Virginia, eastern New York, and by 6 p.m., I mean, look at these thunderstorms really just marching from west to east. And I will say, these storms are quite powerful on the NAM. Will they be as powerful? I don't know. That needs to be verified. But I will tell you the Euro and the NAM are in pretty good agreement that there could be a pretty intense line of storms trying to develop. I mean, just look at this by 6 p.m. Let me just get a sounding here real quick. Yeah, that is definitely a very intense cell. Maybe even a supercell near central New Jersey. Look at all these storms, though. 7 p.m. marches off into New York City and the Jersey Shore. And then, yeah, obviously it weakens. But you get the same idea. The NAM is being really stubborn. Same idea. A very intense warm front comes through. Maybe even some thunderstorms. I think there could even be some isolated thunderstorms in there. Look at that cell. But again, it fires off that line of convection. And listen, I think we could get some severe thunderstorm warnings on Saturday. I will be for real. Because the Euro, it literally shows the same idea. Look at this line of convection at 5 p.m. Daytime heating, peak. Cape, around 1,000 to 2,000 joules per kilogram. Dew points, mid-60s. You got everything needed for a pretty bad thunderstorm to develop. And this is why I'm saying we need to watch Saturday really closely for these cells. And this is going to be a very interesting thing to watch out for. And yeah. And in terms of what we're going to be dealing with here on the Euro as well, we're also going to need to watch out for another storm system next week. This will prompt maybe a high risk of severe weather near Iowa and Missouri. And this continues off. And look at this powerful line of storms in Iowa and, Ohio, New York City, New York State, Texas. And if I'm not wrong, this could continue off to the east. And maybe we could crank out some thunderstorms as well. So that's another system to watch. And just as you think you're done, we have some more storms. And some more storms. So it's going to be a very active weather pattern. But again, what the NAM is showing right now for the Northeast, it's looking quite gnarly for Saturday. So that's your short update for today. But don't be surprised if we do get a marginal or even a slight risk for New Jersey on Saturday. I will be honed in on this for the next couple of days. So we're just going to see what happens here. I mean, the NAM hinting almost at 2,000 joules per kilogram. Very impressive. Even if we take a look at the 12K kilometer, it's not as well, but it still shows you that there are showers out there. And the FV3, it's a little bit more, isolated, but you still see these little popcorn cells. That needs to be watched out. And let's see if any other models picking up on this. Let's see if any other models picking up on this. The RGEM. Yeah, there definitely is a line of convection. And the HD PRS. Listen, there is a line convection. So some mesoscale models and the European are agreeing on the fact that we might be seeing an intense line of convection. Like, this is This is an intense storm line possible. So that's your short update for today. And we're going to keep an eye out for Saturday. We will put out that for a weather to watch day on Saturday afternoon. So just be mindful of that. And we'll keep you updated for this severe storm threat on Saturday. Well, I don't know. Maybe it might not work out, but this needs to be watched.